Tonight, we watched and reviewed the season 1 of Izombie, the CW TV show about a criminal investigator zombie girl. Then we checked out a fun but bizarre torture porn flick called Scar, starring Angela Bettis. So stay tuned
for the horror word with Shane and Perd.
Hey everybody, welcome back to The Horror Word with Shane and Perd. We are your fine horror hosts as always. So tonight, we were discussing and going over the season 1 of Izombie, TV show put out by the CW. It's this new big hit online. It's a new big hit on Netflix. Awesome show.
Yeah, it's fairly new. I mean, they're in their third season now.
Green lit for the third season. They're finishing up season 2 right now. Season 2 is airing
currently. The finale just happened.
So you can watch season 1, all of season 1 in its entirety on Netflix, and it's also, they have season 2 partially on Hulu right now, but you have to have seen like the first 8 episodes or so to be caught up to it. But
dumb.
All of season 1 is what we're talking about right now. That's the one that's available on Netflix.
Yeah, and you should watch it because it's very fucking good.
It's a great show. It's a CW show.
Really good show.
So it's a little goofy. It's a little, the CW shows like Arrow and, Buffy the Vampire Slayer kind of shows like that are a little goofier, a little cornier. This one actually, it takes itself seriously, but it's still funny at the same time. It revolves around a woman named Olivia, who is a medical student who gets bitten at a party by a zombie and becomes a zombie herself. Now, the zombies in this world aren't the knuckle-dragging, brain-eating kind of weirdos. I mean, they do eat brains, but they're not the kind of incompetent sort of.
They're not the slow-moving,
Night of the Living Dead
George Romero zombies.
Yeah, no.
But they're also not exactly the 28 Days Later, Zack Snyder run-at-you at full speed zombies. No. They're kind of a mix in between. They kind of have their own take on zombies,
They do have their own take. The other thing is that they become more vicious and more zombie-like the less brains they eat. So they stay. It kind of follows the rules of Freaks of Nature that we watched in a previous episode, where the more the zombie eats, the smarter they become, or the more they maintain themselves. So the zombies in this, Olivia, brilliantly after getting bitten by a zombie, starts working in the coroner's office so she can eat all the brains she wants. So smart. The only thing is, everything has to have a ton of hot sauce on it. So you get done watching season 1, you find yourself putting Louisiana hot sauce on everything.
I got hot sauce in my bag. Swag.
Reminiscent of Quantum Leap, because if you've ever seen Quantum Leap, the main character jumps into these bodies and then has to solve some sort of mystery or crime or something to jump into another body. And when she eats a brain, she gets all of their memories.
Takes on the characteristics of the person.
Yeah, like not all their memories. Like she gets like flashes of their memories, but yeah, takes on the characteristics. So if she eats like this old racist guy, she becomes. That might be season 2 actually, because I started season. Is that season 1?
I haven't seen that. So
all right, sorry.
Season 1.
Spoiler alert. That's season 2.
But
too late.
But she eats the brains of a klepto and she starts stealing. She eats the brains of a military guy and starts sniping people.
Right. And she hooks up with this cop to help solve these mysteries.
She gets the memories of some of the people that have died in her coroner's office, and then the detective comes in looking for information, and poof, she just starts to have these psychic flashbacks of these people's memories.
It's a match made in heaven.
It's glorious. It's just, well, you can see what these people thought, and I need help, so all those great things. But, so...
We should also mention that it's based on a very popular comic book.
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's news to me, too. News to you? News to you? That's cool. Yeah. News to both of us. So, yeah, Izombie Season 1, now available on Netflix. Really, really fun to watch. Not going to get super far into the plot of the whole thing, but
check it out.
She's not the only zombie that exists. There are other zombies. She has a love interest with a former boyfriend who she cannot be with now because she's afraid of turning him into a zombie. It's a gentleman that goes by the name Major. Completely bizarre. Kind of weird name. Her,
worst fucking name ever.
What a strange name for a dude.
I thought
Major.
Sigourney was a fucking stupid name.
Sigourney, right? But she also has a friend, a real quirky friend named Ravi, who is the boss at the coroner's office, who is trying to experiment and find cures for zombies and things. And like makes hybrid zombie rats and cool things like that throughout the season. So the show is very quirky. It's also very violent, very dramatic too. So
And
it's
funny.
a lot of fun and super funny.
And funny.
Way funny show. So
Good writing.
do we have a rating for the TV show for the first season?
Sure.
Sure.
Why not?
I'm gonna go 7. I liked it a lot.
7 out of 10?
7 out of 10's good. I enjoyed it quite a bit.
8 out of 10
8
for
out of
this
10.
guy.
Nice.
I loved it.
Nice.
I fucking love that show.
So as soon as we can get our hands on season 2, we're gonna check that out as well. But
I'm halfway through season 2, and I love season 2.
Yeah. So anyway, go check it out. It's on Netflix right now. It's called Izombie. It's an awesome show. Check it out. Highly recommended. Moving right along, we checked out another flick, also available to you fine folks at home. We get a lot of requests for things that people can just watch at home on Netflix or Hulu or Amazon Prime or things like that. This one we found, it was another one recommended through Amazon Prime called Scar. This one, it looked very torture porn reminiscent, and it became torture porn.
100% torture
It was 100% torture porn, the whole, like, most of the movie. So
Yeah.
it had Angela Bettis in it, and if you know the actress, she's famous for May. She's also been in quite a few other slasher flicks and horror flicks. She did Carrie. She was in the TV version of Carrie that had Catherine Isabelle in it. She's really great, fantastic
great.
actress.
I fucking love Angela
I
Bettis.
think she's awesome, but
Yeah.
she kind of got dealt a bad hand with this one because the story is about her getting kidnapped in her teenage years by a serial killer that forces people to, by cutting them up and, wounding them mortally, and they have to decide to kill the other person that's with them. Not they themselves, but the serial killer does it. So
Yeah, he makes you say it. Kill
makes you-
her,
yeah.
and I'll kill her, and I'll leave you alone.
So-
You'll live, but she'll die.
He'll kidnap me and Shane.
That's his thing.
You know what I mean? Kidnap me and Shane, and then cut Shane up and make me say that he should kill Shane, which I wouldn't do because he's too cool. But you know what I mean?
Aw.
So yeah, good things. I know.
Thanks,
Nice person.
dude.
Right. I wouldn't want to see you get cut up though. That'd suck. Right. Like in Road to Big Bird. But so the movie progresses, and they find out that this dude had died previously, but now there's somebody sort of copycatting, or he has returned to start copycatting in some capacity. Who knows? But people start getting cut up. People start getting fucked up. It's no good. No good for anybody. But it turns out to be a very boring ancillary character, and just turns into 30 minutes of torture porn. And it totally lost us towards the end, where it's just, hey, we're gonna cut this part off. Hey, want to cut this part off too?
If you're looking for gore, there's some decent gore.
It's a gory flick, man, but
There's
like
a lot of blood.
and not much in terms of substance. You know what I mean? There was
Not
lots
much.
of blood in the margaritas or blood in the Marys, but not any alcohol, you know.
Yeah.
But overall, I mean, I didn't hate it.
No, I didn't hate it either.
Definitely liked it more than in Under the Skin or whatever that stupid movie was.
I liked it more than Under the Skin
Yeah,
too.
that doesn't say much though. I mean, like,
Wait.
More than Bone Tomahawk?
Yeah.
No, I don't want to watch. I'd rather watch torture porn over Bone Tomahawk.
You'd
Yeah,
rather watch Scar again?
yeah, way. It wasn't good, but I mean, it's not 2.5 hours, you know.
Oh, okay.
I know we're never gonna get past the Bone Tomahawk thing. It's just,
Movie's fucking
it's just
awesome.
Go watch Bone Tomahawk. Tell us what you think of it.
Please.
I think it was
Please.
boring nonsense, and he thinks it's a brilliant movie. I don't. I've had a lot of people more agree with him than me on this one. Very rarely does anybody agree with me about Bone Tomahawk, but I'm waiting for somebody. At least one of these days, somebody's going to come along and go, man, I hated that movie too. So,
I think he needs to rewatch it.
all right. So, anyway, back to Scar. Our overall rating for it. Feelings?
Only because Angela Bettis' performance was always strong.
Mm-hmm.
Or was strong, as always. I'm going to give it a... You can tell I thought about this one beforehand.
Right.
Out of 10, it gets a 5.5. And that's
5.5?
only because of her and some pretty good special effects when
The
it comes
gore
to the
was
gore.
good. We
It
really
was-
liked
it
the
was
gore. It was
good.
a pretty violent flick, but
It was good. It was just so average.
Just so
the
boring.
movie itself was just so average. That's why I'm giving it a
basic.
5.5, meaning it's slightly above average only because of those two things.
I give it a 5 as well. I'll give it the 0.5 because it was above average. It was just very basic. Very basic bitches need not apply. So Scar, not so much. Izombie, thumbs up. So that's going to wrap us up for this week. This has been another fantastic episode of The Horror Word with Shane and Brett.